Hi, I'm Mike
And I'm Molly.
with Virtuoso Builders here in San Antonio, Texas, and welcome to another edition of Remodel
Remodel
Your
Your
Thinking.
Thinking. So what are we talking about today, Michael?
We are talking about how important it is to have the general contractor and the architect and the designer on your project work together from the very beginning of the project.
Yes. And we're going to show you a few tips on why that is so important. So the first tip of why you should have your general contractor at the very onset of your planning with your architect or your designer is that an architect's job is to bring your vision and all your dreams onto paper and have that laid out beautifully. Without a general contractor's input from the very beginning, your costs almost 100% of the time are going to go out of control. So it's really important to have your general contractor to be together with the architect, whether we bring in the architect or even if you bring in the architect, all from the very, very beginning. Architects do beautiful work, but it's our job to make sure that that work doesn't get too crazy in terms of your budget.
Tip number 2. It's very important to have the general contractor involved from the beginning because an architect drawing up a beautiful design may kind of do something that is almost overkill. For instance, in a room that has 20 recessed lights, you don't need 20 recessed lights. And that's where we come in and say, we can probably achieve the same thing with far fewer lights and thus reducing the cost of the project. Again, a little nugget that we can input with the architect that we feel is kind of almost a value engineering type thing.
Yeah, and then it won't change too much of the design that they want to achieve in there, so that we're not stepping on anyone's toes. We're just saying, hey, maybe we don't need this much in one room and let's focus on something else.
At least throw the idea out there so that the discussion occurs. So tip number 3 really has to do with early collaboration again, right? What that can do is it can reduce the amount of time of planning up front and also help reduce the cost. For instance, maybe the architect drew the water heater and softener on one side of the house, not realizing that I know where the utilities are coming in and it would be cheaper to put them on the other side of the house. That reduces cost. It also helps the trades know exactly where they're supposed to put items on the project.
Oh yeah. Imagine if you get into construction and then you're looking at plans that were already done and those were on there. That's going to stop everything. Your costs are going to go.
Yep, and we have to redo the plans, increasing the time. So that's early collaboration is key.
Yeah. So the last tip that we want to share with you on the early collaboration with your general contractor and the architect is when you get involved on the onset of your project, there's a lot less room for error and it makes the whole process so much more efficient. And then everybody is on the same page. So everyone knows, the homeowner knows what they're wanting and they get what they want and what they envision and dream of. And then the architect can design exactly that. And then we've had the input from the very beginning. So everything is laid out and the process just moves and it's much more seamless that way. Less chance for problems developing later. So that is what we would highly recommend. Thank you so much for tuning in to Remodel Your Thinking. And if you like what you saw, then please subscribe to our channel. And we love any kind of feedback and also share with your friends. Let them know. Let your neighbors know. Let everybody know.
Let everybody know, especially if it's positive feedback.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. See you next time.